an hour. We'll say it was 5:42 right now. Yeah, for about almost an hour, about 50 minutes. We had a major car accident down on the exit above us, but it's just like bumper to bumper right now. I want to get home so I can get everything ready and go see my nephews, my niece. You know, they're waiting for me. It just had to be on a Friday. Why? You know, a day that I'm trying to do things. Oh, come on. I hate this. I think we all hate this, right? Can agree we hate freaking traffic. Hopefully the person's okay up here. And you know the area where the accident happened in front of us is the same exit I got in an accident at 2 years ago. And I'm wondering if it's on the left side or the right side, because I got in an accident on the right side on this exact exit because somebody was jotting off the accelerator lane and stops in front of me and doesn't keep going. And then I end up slowing down to not hit that person. And then the person behind me wasn't looking and they were going at full speed and boom, hit me. Totaled my car. And I had really, really bad whiplash and everything, so wasn't too nice. I have that video in private too from 2 years ago when I had the whiplash. I just, oh boy, my neck was hurting and everything. I had to go to the ER and everything like that, and get shots and stuff like that because it wasn't too nice. And what's funny is like you're sitting here, right? And people are jotting in between the lane like they're going to get up any faster. It's like, no, we're still stuck here. You know, you're still stuck here for another hour. It doesn't matter what you do. You're stuck here in the traffic. Oh, boy. I don't know how bad it is, but they said it was some massive delays. They weren't lying because we've been sitting here for almost an hour. Oof. I would hope that I would get home by at least 6:30, 6:45 so I can have time to go do a number 2, you know. And of course, get things packed to see my babies. You know, I want to go take them out tonight with my mom. I know they want to go out of the house. And I should do. I'm like, oh, come on. Oh. Hi, Dark Light. How you doing? I say the same thing. People pass for nothing. Happy Friday, Dark Light. I'm just now getting off of work like an hour ago. I'm still stuck here. I'm tired, as you can see. It's been a long day. Oh, boy. Long day. But I'm glad it's Friday. I'm going to go see my nephews and to go take them out. I know they're excited. He's been texting me, my one nephew, all day pretty much at work. You know, when you coming? Are you coming now? We're going out? We're going to Walmart? We're going here? Yeah, we're going out. Yes, hey, Kitty, coming to get you. See, good thing I don't have babies or kids because I can spend all the time that I need with my nephews and niece, you know? Make sure they're good. I ain't gonna lie, I'm afraid about having children. I'm very afraid. I'm like frightened. Every time I think about having a baby, my hairs go up on my arms. I am frightened about having children. Big time. So many worries. It's being a parent. Just think about it. If you're worried enough about your nieces and nephews, imagine how much worse it would be when you have a kid. You know? I worry about them all the time. Like today, I was thinking about my niece at work, you know, and it's all started because, you know, my coworker showed a video of this girl. I don't know if it was on the news, but he was showing videos over to the nurse. He didn't show me. I didn't want to see anything. The way it sounded pretty brutal. The girl, I don't know if she was I wouldn't say mentally challenged. Boy her phone, and he was like 15 years old, and he went and stomped her head into the ground like hard cement. It was stomping her head in the ground. It was videotaped. And I'm hearing these things, and the guy's like, that's what I kill him. I would go to jail. But it's just, a lot. There's so much that goes on in this world that makes you just like, me. I mean, I'm thinking of my nephew, like my nieces and nephew. Like, oh my gosh, if I go to the park, oh my gosh, I gotta hold them tight. When we went out to the Poconos, as a good example, three weeks ago. Oh gosh, there was this. I don't know. Thankfully I was with my mom and my sister and stuff. It was the Mexican guy with his friends, and they somehow said her name very softly. Now, I don't know if he was saying it because he heard us saying her name and he was making fun of it, or he was saying it in other ways. And, we didn't like that. And then something made me say, grab her out of that cart. I grabbed her out of the cart and held her hard, like near me, because he kept staring over at us. And I was like, oh, he's probably, they could be traffickers, and I'm looking all around the Walmart, like looking at every person. My nephew's like, hey, and I was like, stand right here next to me, and they were, they didn't understand why I was acting like that. And, because these people make you like on alert. They make you anxious and crazy. And then he looked at me and smiled. He was like this. And I said, oh, hell no. He may be a trafficker looking for his next victim. You know what I mean? Your brother's best thought ever. Oh, thanks, Dark Light. Yes, I know I would be a good mother, but I would be worried to death, man. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I just, I get so anxious. Even when I have the kids, I wake up like every 30 minutes to an hour just staring at them. Like, when I had my nephews, forget it. When they were younger, like, I'm going to say from the ages of a baby, toddler, all the way up to maybe 10 years old, 12 years old, every hour, I'm jumping out of bed looking at them. I'll go to sleep and I'll just, and I get up out of the bed and I just stare and watch them. I'm checking them. I'm checking their chest, seeing their breathing and everything. And then I go back into the room. And then one day, well, I don't want to say too much because it's, how do I put this? It was, I don't know if it was much of a dream. It felt very like a vision or something. It felt like as if I was in another realm or something. But in the realm, there was something that was trying to come after my nephews. And it said nephews, and I jumped out of the bed and I ran and grabbed them real quickly. And I had my husband jump out of the bed too. I said, go grab my nephews, get them out. No, and the whole night I stayed up. I woke up 3 a.m, and I even wrote about it in my journal back 2020. I sat there and watched them the whole night. I didn't want them to go nowhere. I was like, ain't nobody gonna take my nephews and start messing with them. It was a spiritual thing. I don't want to say too much into it because it gets really personal. And there's a lot of people that, if I told them, they would just be like, oh, that sounds nutty, but it's not nutty what happened that night. And so, I was like, let me go get them and grab them real quick. If you get what I'm saying when I say spiritual is a spiritual thing, there's something around that was trying to, target my nephews. You get what I'm saying, If you're a believer, yeah. When I just grabbed them and they did, they do have things that happen sometimes with the spiritual realm, and so they knew that he was coming to me. I said, oh, hell no. I ran in there. I ran so fast in there and I grabbed both of them. I had my husband grab one, I took the other. I took the other. And I had them sleeping next to me the whole night. And it wasn't just only that. It was just and it wasn't just only that. It was just I come in the house and one of my nephews, they somehow opened up a little keychain. And it opens up the door and somehow they open it. Up and they come in and they're like, oh, okay, I got inside. I don't know. I think that oh man, I don't know. I think I would go nuts if I had a child because I worry enough about them three. you know. Oh gosh. Yes, I'm glad you get it, Dark Light. Yes. Hey, you in Dark Light? How's life going? I don't know, how's the weather down your way? Up here where I'm at, it's starting to warm up. It's 71 right now, as I can see on my thermometer. I'm still stuck here too. We haven't moved not much. What time is it? 5:54. Yeah, I do enjoy being an aunt. I don't know so much about being a mother. Well, if I would enjoy it as much, I don't know. Oh man. it's, it's very warm. Things blooming. That's good, Dark Light. Yes. I definitely this time that I don't know what you're doing this summer, but this summer I definitely want to do not just a lot of water fun, but I would like to like take up a couple of survival courses. I was supposed to do it last year and I did because I remember I had the surgery last year. So I didn't do it last year. But I would like to do some this year. I would like to definitely go to like a survival, like camping classes, learn how to build a fire, you know. I looked up online, I saw a couple of ways they do it. And they take a stick and they put in like a hole or so and they twist it with a lot of friction and then it creates like a little bit of like how do you put it, particles, residue, and then it starts to create they start to create a fire. You'll start seeing it smoke up. But I want to try it, but I want to try it and under the safety of like maybe being trained to do that, you know, like somebody who's a professional and they've been out there for a long time on the wild doing this stuff. Yes, Dark Light. It would be really really fun and interesting. I like things like that. I don't know. Like I like traveling, like learning about nature, you know, museums. I want to get a little nitty gritty, dirty. Definitely want to do that. Man, we still not up near the accident area yet. Yeah, I like that. Going to mountains, seeing like different sceneries. That's what I want to do. I already came back from the mountains 3 weeks ago, so I had a lot of fun up there. Um, I still have yet to do the escape room. You know, like they have like the escape rooms, and I've been wanting to do that, but I need to see if my husband's interested. He's like, oh, I don't know if I'll like it. I said, you don't know. You like video games and stuff. You like, you know, figuring things out. So why not? Let's do this escape room. You said that before. You know, you tender like dry leaves, then you gently blow on it. Oh, okay. Isn't that something? You know how the Lord made everything like he has it where the trees can make fire. I wonder why they holding your message. That's so weird. This you know YouTube stream thing. The settings and everything are weird on it. Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's amazing like how his creation, like, you know, you just all you have to do is just take something, and I mean it's a lot of work, but I'm sure once you get used to it, then you know you can create like your own fire, because someday, you know, we're gonna have to learn how to do that, you know. We're gonna have to learn how to create our own fire, not just go and buy matches, but actually learn how to do it by hand. So I definitely want to do that. I'm interested in some nice, hard, getting dirty, down and dirty, gritty work. You know, the last time I went to like a rainforest or anything, I was a little girl, and I went there for a trip, and I saw how some people they get water down in the bottom of the ground. They go down there, they dig in, and then they go like maybe down like about 6 feet, and then all of a sudden you see all this water. And then that's when I learned that, hey, there's so much water under the ground. You got to dig so far in. And cotton ball soaked in Vaseline is very flammable. I never thought about that before. Yeah, see, I gotta do this stuff. I gotta do this stuff, Dark Light. I gotta get myself prepared for survival. Yeah, you never know, We may have to all live off the grid one day, Uh, man, I gotta go to the bathroom, and this car is just. I mean, these cars and everything we're still stuck in this one area. Oh, oh man. Once we get past this, and I really can start driving off. It must have been a really bad accident for us to be here for an hour. Probably was really bad. But let's just hope they're alive and they're okay, the person that's in the car. I remember a couple of accidents I've went across. There was one time I saw a car that was actually burning on fire, and I was passing by it, and they were taking the fire out still. And as they were still blowing it out, the car was all crisp, like literally crisp. I didn't see anybody inside, of course, but they were just still blowing water in there, and it was all crisp. Everything. I don't know what happened, but I remember that. I was like, ooh, that was a gruesome scene. Right, Dark Light? Yeah. You may see me on that show, Survivor. Yeah, I mean, hey, they pay me a good amount of money. I go on that show. She's Survivor. Go on the show, make some money, and then I'll take a break from working and help out with my sister and the baby and take a little year vacation. Hey, maybe go to school for a whole year. I don't know. That's what I would do. I don't know if that person's trying to get in front of me. Ah, 601. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. I might as well put some music on a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, I thought when I first came on here, they had mentioned that both lanes were closed. And I was like, ooh. So I don't know if it's still closed, both lanes ahead of us. But yeah, so I think that's just it. I mean, I have my nephews over the week, and I don't know like what's going to happen Sunday. I there's a lot of topics that I've been wanting to do, but it's just every weekend or every week I turn around, there's just something going on now. It's just I feel like I'm more busier than ever. You know, I've been wanting to talk a lot about like the current state of things, like like weird news, you know? Can you sing a few bars of something a cappella? A cappella, okay. Well, my problem, as I've always said, is always lyrics. Lyrics go out of my head a lot of times. Oh, um, I would have to, and I have to like fill a song out. I got to fill a song out, and it has to really, there's a certain part of it that has to hit me before I can sing it. If I'm not feeling it, it's going to be harder for me to sing. I'm just trying to think of something. What is a song that I feel uh, a good song. That's weird. This thing came up. Maybe a hymn. Okay, maybe a hymn, like. Oh boy. I would like to sing a song. I just can't figure out what I want to sing. Like, I don't know. I have to be feeling the song, and I have to really be in that singing mode. I don't know. There's got to be a song that hits me. um. Hmm. Just trying to think of a nice song or tune that I really, really been wanting to sing. Uh. Hmm. Hmm. Is there a song that's been calling my name lately? Hmm. Yeah, I have to find a song that I'm feeling. Um, hmm. 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 My mind is so blank right now. It's good, Dark Light. I don't know. Right now, I can't think of a song like that is really grabbing my interest right now. I know it's like that. That makes me want to sing. It's weird. It's like I go through episodes where, like, a singing phase, and I have to be feeling the song to sing it. And then I can only sing partially because, like, only parts of the lyrics I ever remember. I don't know why that is. I think I pay more attention to the instrument before the before the actual message of the song. But that's probably why I love jazz so much. Yeah. It's like I go through, if you notice, I go through a lot of phases where I sing and then I don't sing for long periods of time. It's because like it has to be a song that like that grabs my interest, and it only grabs my interest for a little while before I get tired of it. And then it's like I got to look for something else that will grab me eventually. That's why I can't listen to one genre of music. I don't know how people do that. Like that drives me crazy. Like, how do you just listen to only rock and roll, or listen to rap all day, or listen to a certain song all day long? Oh, go ahead. You can go. Go ahead. Just jump right up ahead of me. You're already halfway in. Go ahead. Oh, yep. The 2 lanes are closed. Yeah, they're all merging into the left side, so it probably was on the right side. Let me guess. Was it the accelerator lane again? But yeah, I like to listen to like different genres of music. The least one that I like is country. I can't really get into country music like that. I love rock and roll. I love classic rock. I love R&B and soul, classic soul, hip hop. I like some rap, depending on who it is. I love jazz. Oh, yep. Oh my gosh, let me turn the camera on so you can see all this here up here. Oh boy, look at all of that. This is crazy. I don't know what happened up here, but I don't look too good because everybody's merging to the left here. Oh, wait. No, dude. No. No, truck. Like, what? I don't know what you're doing. Like, you're jumping in front of me. Let me roll down the window. Hey! Truck, you're about to hit my car! Hit my car, I'm gonna get you! I got you on camera too. You hit my car, is it? Let me get through. Yeah, you better stop that truck. Thank you, ma'am. Let me go upstairs. What the hell is he doing? Yummy, I'm about to hit my car. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, he literally put a thumbs up near me. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm about to hit my car. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Like, I don't understand people. Like, you know, like, just calm down. Don't be jumping in front of people's cars. His thing on his back of his truck was about to scrape my car. You look like a young truck driver too. Oh my goodness. I'm about to get out of the car. Oh boy. I heard another lady back in the back of me saying, "What are you doing?" or whatever, like, you know. And yeah, I know he heard my horn beeping. You know, he had to hear me beeping, yelling out the window, you know, like, and the lady behind me. Oh my gosh. Oh, let me let him in, because you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna act crazy. Go ahead, go in. Oh boy. I don't know. See the damage up here. Hopefully it's nothing bad. I mean, it don't look good because when you have 2 lanes closed, man. Oh, dark light truck. I have it on video. Okay, this truck, right, he literally was cutting in front of me. He barely had the space to cut in front of me. It's a long tractor trailer. And this back of his trailer was almost about to hit the side of my car. I had to like beep the horn at him. Oh, he's gonna let me in, or let me let him in. Go ahead, go. I know, they're nuts. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm like, hey, you hit my car. I'm yelling out the window. And there was another lady I heard yelling. She's like, hey, what are you doing? And so I think she saw his. The trailer was so big. How are you going to cut in between a car length of two cars? What is wrong with people? Oh my God. And see that truck right there? See that prime? That's how big his truck was. It was like that size, okay? That was crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm like, you hit my car, I'm gonna come at you, man. And then when I go up near the car, I rolled down the window and said, I told him, I forgot what I said to him, and he just puts a thumbs up. He had black sunglasses on. It looked like it was a black young looking guy. It looked like he was in his like early 30s or so. Hey, it's cool, man. It's all cool. I'm just trying to jot in. That's all I'm trying to do. But see, this truck here, see, the way he's coming in is okay because see, he has the length to do that. But that's not what happened. I was more further up, and he was cutting through in such a small space. It's like, I don't care how experienced of a driver you are, your trip is about to hit my car. And if I didn't beep that horn, he would have probably thought like, oh, let me just keep going. And I have one time, oh no, dark light, the Brooklyn is gonna come out of me then. Oh no, I didn't want that to come out. And I really would have been coming out of the car probably. Let me let this truck through. See, this is okay. This truck, what he's doing is okay because he has the room to do it. But see, the guy that was cut in front of me, I wasn't even halfway near the size, the amount of, see how much space he had? He didn't have that amount of space. He was cutting through me like he had that type of space. They must have cleaned up the area because, I don't know, the two lanes are still cut off though. Let's see. Did they clean the space up yet, or I don't know. Looks like it involved the truck. Yep, the truck accident. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's a van. Oh my gosh. I don't know if that person's even alive. Like, that's horrible. And this is the same exit that I got an accident in. Same exit. I mean, these people drive wild. And then, look, this person's right up my ass after they just had an accident, lady. Like, calm the hell down. What's wrong with you? Like, we're just getting off of an accident, and people don't learn. Stupid people. Oh my gosh. Oh, unbelievable. I gotta look that up on the news. Like, they have a website. That accident looked bad, like jack. I knew it had to been bad if we were waiting there for a whole hour. Whole hour. My camera somewhat froze, so I don't know. Can't see anything on it, but that's bad. I have to look up online. I was like, yeah, an hour of waiting here, 2 lanes closed. That means it was a massive bad accident. Oh yeah, definitely. I keep my eyes on the road. It's horrible. It looked like it was a dumpster, like a mini dumpster truck, and the truck that was the van, it looked like a white minivan was flipped over. And you know, a lot of times I see a lot of those people are driving those vans. They're driving at very fast speeds. And the van that hit me was a white van. You know, when I got my accident, they have the accelerator lane around that same exit 2 years ago. And my car looked bad. I still have pictures of it. And people were like, wow, you survived that? I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's no joke. You know, you got some idiots out here want to rush through, you know, after they seen some horrible accident like that. Yeah, that was bad. I don't know. There was so many pieces of the car on the ground. Like there was tires and the whole side was ripped off and everything. Like I don't know. I know there was one time, now this was like going back 2 years ago, again, just before I got in that horrible accident. My car got totaled out and everything. The whole back was like smashed in, the seats came up forward towards my chair. And I remember I was traumatized from that. For a while when I was driving, I always think someone was going to hit me every time I go near the right lane. But I somehow managed to drive with all of that. But yeah, before that accident, there was a truck. It looked like a medium-sized white truck. And he somehow, I don't know why, but he went near my lane and scraped my car. But he didn't like hit me at a high speed, but he scraped my car a little bit. And I didn't stop the car because it was dark and it was nighttime. And I was afraid that if I stopped, what if it was a setup, like some guy comes out of the truck and grabs me or something? Because, you know, you got a lot of, scammers out there. You know, they'll probably do something on purpose and scrape your car on purpose and get you to come out in the middle of the dark where there's no one around and grab you and throw you in the car. You don't know. Yeah, when I get home, I'm going to look that up because I'm wondering. I don't know if that person survived. Probably, well, 6:22 now. Probably won't be home till like 6:50, so I probably won't get to the house, well, their house, till like 8:30 now. So I have to, you know, do a few things. I'm back. Sorry about that. Hey, I'm doing okay, Ankino. Just seeing a crazy sight back there. You know. It was a bad accident. I mean, me, I had my time. 2023, I was like, woo. It was no joke. finally getting off my accident. Oh man. Hopefully I don't go through the second level of traffic, because there's a second level of traffic when I go near closer to my home, because they only have one single lane and there's all these cars that line up and you'd be sitting there for a while, so I have to take like a shortcut home from there to dodge that traffic. I'm gonna stop at a red light here. Yes, that's right. Light fast. Hi, Arsenio. How's it going? How you doing, Arsenio? Come on, missed you. Arsenio got in a bad traffic. Oh my goodness, kids! Why are you no move to Germany, UK? You can have 100 kids and get child benefits and have health care. Well, I don't think it's that simple, you know. Not just that, my mother-in-law would go nuts on us if we ever moved away from her. You know, I feel so bad taking her only child away from her like that. She would want her grandbabies next to her. I cared about bringing kids into the world, man. I really am. I'm waiting till the last minute. Oh boy, I am frightened. Like the hairs and all goes up my hands. You know? Arsenio, what's going on? We got out of this horrible traffic. We saw this like really bad accident. Just finished eating Chinese food and saw it. Been doing good, Arsenio. I got a new job. I've been working at this new job now. I hired. And you know, just been busy. That's it. Work, babies, nephews, husband, and then work again, and then, you know, running around and trying to adjust to all these new things, because, you know, the last job I was at, I worked there for like more than 10 years, almost 11 years. And then having to start all over again is just brand new, you know? What's been going on with you, Arsenio? You got some Chinese food going on? I gotta eat when I get home real quick too, and before I get the babies. I'm actually trying to get home because I have to get ready. I want to do a number 2, and then after that, you know, eat a little something, and then I gotta pay a few bills and run out. You know, pack my bags. I gotta go get the baby and the kids, and go take them out for the night. Not number 1, number 2. We're not doing number 3. That's both. Like, we're not doing that. Oh boy. Oh gosh. I've been like trying to hold myself to that traffic. I was like, woo. And then Arsenio, I mean, this truck, whatever, right? This white truck. Well, I was dark lighting here at the moment. He doesn't. I'm not even like 2 car lengths away from the guy in front of me. He's trying to cut in between us two with his long tractor trailer. Like, you know, almost hits the side of my car with that thing. I'm like, brave, like, hey. And he still continued to move. And then when I drove up to the car to tell him something, he puts his thumbs up like this with black sunglasses on. Like, hey, man, it's all cool. No, it's not cool. You're about to hit my car. Oh, man, I don't know. I think people lost their minds. I tell you. Oh, man. Good thing I had the camera in front, because if he had hit me, he would have been, his license plate and everything would have been on there, because I would have waited for him to move up. Like, yep, got him. And I think I yelled at him and I got him on camera. I have my camera on or something like that. Then I don't think he moved up anymore after that, but maybe he felt like he was an experienced driver and he's like, I could do this. I can dodge between you two without no problem. No, we're not taking that risk. We see the accident in front of us. We're not trying to have another one. No, it was down to one lane. It was crazy. Everybody was trying to dodge in. We were stuck in there, Arsenio, for about like what? Because it's now 6:30. We were there for what? Probably over an hour. So I mean, like, whew, by the time I get home, it's gonna be almost hitting 2 hours from the time I left work to by that time. Oof. Without traffic and stuff, it only takes me about 45, no, more than 45 now, like more like 45 to 50 minutes, almost an hour to get home sometimes. But yeah, that was something else. If I'm missing your comments, forgive me. I was just keeping my eyes on the road. We don't want to have another accident. Well, I mean, after my first accident in 2023, that crazy van, that was, And it wasn't my fault. It was just the guy in front of me. And Arsenio, the accident was like around the same area I had my accident 2 years ago. And, you know, and when I got in an accident around that area, the guy off the accelerator lane just rushed out and he stopped in front of me. And the guy behind me was in a van and he was rushing at like more than 65 miles an hour. And boom, just slammed right onto me. My whole back, I have pictures of it. I showed it to EQ and it was somebody else and Mac Daddy and a couple people. And I thought it showed Collins. That whole back part, I mean, you've seen it was smashed into a pancake and the seats went up, whatever. It was like closer to my chair. This chair, this like not this actual chair, but the chair that I had in that car was in a Nissan, it snapped back. That's how hard the impact was. I was surprised I walked out of the car without being, you know, having broken bones or a concussion. I mean, I had whiplash. I had very bad, like, whiplash and neck injury, but, you know, like, my neck was hurting and it was stiff and everything. I couldn't move it around and everything. My back was starting to have pain and everything like that for a while. I do sometimes still get, like, some, I don't know how to explain it, like weird sensations up here in this area where I had the whiplash injury at. And I can never turn my neck without feeling a weirdness on this side of my neck ever since that day. Like I could do it perfectly this way and I don't feel that sensation. It's always this way. I have a weird feel. Always feels weird. But I was very blessed. You know, when I got out of that car accident, I was thanking the Lord. Like, I thank God. I was like, I was so alive. I was like, woo. Seeing that car was like, wow. I was in shock. I was in so much shock that nothing felt real to me. It was like your life flashes ahead of you. And you're like, it just happened so quickly. And I remember seeing some smoke also blowing off the side onto my car. And I don't know where that came from. I was so thankful that my car didn't explode, you know? See, that guy, he hit me real bad. And then he had the nerve to jump out of the car. So tell the police you stopped and you caused me. He came out of the car telling me to tell the cops that after I'm sitting there in shock looking at the car and praying. And I was thankful to be alive and you yelling at me, you know? Like, no, dude, you weren't paying attention. And the guy in front of me just shots off the accelerator lane, stops his car, and just sits there. Like, and I'm trying to prevent myself from hitting him, and he just sits there. And so when I try to go around him, the car behind me didn't even allow me any time. He was just swerving. I think that what happened was, and to this day, I feel like he was on his phone. I feel like he was on his phone, and he just wasn't paying attention, was speeding, and was talking to somebody, and then boom, that's probably what happened. Because it just, I'm like, there's no way he didn't see me, because he didn't hit me till like 7 seconds later, after the guy in front of me stops off the accelerator lane at such a just stops suddenly. And he, like 7 seconds later, here he comes, boom, when I try to go around the man. It was like, oh my goodness. And he tries to lie and say, oh yeah, she just stops and that's what happened. No, the hit, and they knew that was a lie, because the hit was just too hard on impact. They knew, like, no, you most of the time when you're driving, someone just stops and you hit them, and you're both going, like, let's say 45, you couldn't hit somebody, but not the way my car looked. When you look at it, if I showed you pictures, you'd be like, no, that wasn't no 25 or 30 miles an hour hit. It definitely wasn't. That was enough to kill somebody. Seriously, like, that was bad. So, he tried to get out of the car, and I was in so much shock I couldn't feel nothing. I just didn't feel anything until like the next day. And he was like, don't look, cops. And the cops yelled at him, grabbed him. I told you to calm down. And I'm like, damn, but it was crazy. I'll never forget that, My brother too, he got into an accident too one time, and it was a miracle that he was alive. That car was total too. He came out of there with no scratches on his arm or nothing. The Lord was definitely with us. Seriously. That was bad, because my car was flying all around the road, and the wheels was popping off. Like, it was like, and it bumped up twice too. Like when it was beginning to slow down, and it just bumped up twice, like 2 times. Like, whew. Oh man. Oh my gosh. You just never know when it's your last day, man. Like, life just takes you like this in an instant, just like that. That's I know, Arsene, they cannot drive these days. They really can. Or can I say they just don't be thinking? They don't think. They just, like that truck. That was a good example. Like, come on. Do you see how big your tractor trailer is? Like, you're not in a regular car. And you try to jump in between us two, and your thing's about to hit me, and the lady behind me is yelling at him. Like, what are you doing? You can hear her. And, like, you're about to cause another accident, man. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. But that was kind of bad. That was a bad scene. I was like, when I looked at that van, I said, ooh, I don't know if that person survived at all. Not at all. It was just like, there was like parts of the van was, first of all, was flipped. And I think the top part and certain parts of it was ripped off and cut to pieces on the road. It was just, it was bad. But, it's rush hours around that. He wants to rush, go home, and do stupid things, and then, end up getting into a major accident. But that reminds me, you know what that reminds me of? The other day when I was driving, remember Dark Light, that man that was, he put the middle finger up at me because our city for that one, but I didn't have it on video. But what happened was I was driving, and the guy is getting mad because we weren't driving fast enough on the left lane. Because out here in America, I don't know about out there in the UK, but here in America, we're on the right side, and on the left lane it's the fast lane. So we're talking about a 55 mile an hour road. The left lane, you can go about 60, 65 the most. A lot of times cops will even try to pull you over for 65 sometimes. So I'm driving at like 60, in between 60, 65, like trying to speed up. And it's getting so impatient. He's getting mad at everybody. Speeds up, runs past everybody, jots in between me and his car. Was barely any space. He almost hit the side of front of my car, and he's driving off, and he's putting up his middle finger like this, and he keeps it up for a good, like, I would say like 10 seconds or so, like just sitting there like this. And the next thing you know, he was at like 75, 80. That cop on the other end squat his ass and pulled him over. Woo! He drove around, and I'm like, ooh, that's embarrassing. And you're like, you're gonna get into a car accident because people ain't going over the speed limit enough for you. I mean, we're going 10 miles over for you, buddy. I mean, this is a 55 miles an hour road. And you want us to go at like 670, 70, 75. And he gets mad and puts his middle finger up at everybody, driving off like this for like 10 seconds with his hand up like this. And just keeps it up there, speeding off. And the cop comes and grabs his behind. I said, ooh, he probably got embarrassed. He thought he was dissing everybody, but at the end, he got dissed. I'm glad, you know, I don't wish bad on anybody. Sometimes people need sometimes people need that. They need to be put in check. You know, because, I mean, like, you sitting there thinking you'll get off with that and speed up and almost hit somebody's car as you going in between, and they're speeding up for you. And then a cop comes and pulls your behind right over. So that's what he gets. Oh boy, that was like last week, I think, sometime when I was driving. Oh my gosh. Even now I'm going at 60, and this is pretty fast enough, and this is a 50 mile an hour road. So, like, you know, these people want you to go like 80. You're like, I'm not going at that much so I can get a ticket, get pulled over, put points in my license, go to court for reckless driving. Like, no, I don't think so. You know what? I'm going to make a left because this is where the traffic begins again. I'm going to make a left on this road and get out of here. I'll go this way. Yep, let me just go down this way. I'll wait till this car goes. I'm not staying another couple of traffic. I just can't do it no more. I was in there for over an hour. Like, I can't. I'm trying to get home. Let's see. Oh, yeah, like, you know. What's even funnier is that guy speeding off the middle finger. I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, if that car like stalled in any kind of way, he would probably put his middle finger right back in that window like a punk, you know. You know, he would have put his middle finger right back into that car. He wouldn't even have the nerve to keep it out there because he knows that people will break it. Like, how dare you almost hit my car and you speeding off at 70 miles an hour? Where's that middle finger now? Huh? What? I'm sorry. You know. Yeah, they do. They do shoot there. They do. They be shooting through like crazy. It's ridiculous. Now I'm on a nice, more safer, calmer road. No, barely any cars down here. We're like in the middle of the country. In the boondocks. Boondocks area. That's where I live, in the middle of nowhere. When I mean that, I'm not saying I don't have anything around me, but I'm just saying, like, you know, surrounding us is just woods. We live near the forests. So there's a forest that surrounds us. And our forest is our backyard. So now we're starting to get a little bit more near the farms and everything. I know, that's true, Arsenio. Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of people, right? Yep, because we live near the cranberry fields, the farmlands, around us, all forest. When you go outside of it, it's a forest land. Everything is, it's very big. So, you know, like, you drive more further down, you get closer to the area. Then as you keep going down the back road, you go more towards the beach area. There's a beach like 30 minutes away from here. 2 beaches. So if you, depending on which way you go, you know, there's one, you know, down this way, there's a free beach, and it's like 30-minute ride. And then if you go the other opposite way, it's not a free beach. It's horrible because they charge you $10 to get on there, and it's always crowded. And it's a very popular beach. Very popular. But we'll be home in about maybe 5-7 more minutes. And I can get home and just try to rush in there because my boo-boo is burning, okay? I'll call it boo-boo. Rated PG, you know? Candy got to keep it rated PG. We can't be rated M in this room. Dude, like, do you see me turning? You know, I see you trying to get over. Like, slow down. Hey, don't be whipping that horn at me. Yo, calm down. Calm down. Ain't no rush, money. Ain't no rush. Don't mess with me. Calm down. Going at 45 miles. Like, come on now. It's not that serious. Like I'm going at 50 and I'm slowing down to 45 now for you, so we're gonna go on the speed limit now since you want to play games. But calm down. Look, I'm going at 25 miles an hour and I'm going at 35 and he's still up my ass. Like, calm down. I'm not going any further. These people need to learn, okay? Like, you know? Okay, slow it down. All right. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, gosh, like, you know, he's just sitting there with his mean look. Like, what do you want? Like, do you see? It's 25. I'm going at 35 for you. Oh my gosh, these people are too much. Come on. Oh, but now look what's ahead of me now. Look at this. Just look at this. Another car accident. What the hell is going on? Wow. Oh, you know what it was? The pole. It fell on that person's car. Oh, they hit into a pole. What is going on today? They hit into a pole. I don't know how that happened because that's an entrance into Burger King. I'm gonna have to probably turn around. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. Let me do this. Let me just get over here. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh, like what the heck is going on today? Wow. I don't see. They're probably driving crazy, and because how is it that you hit to a pole like that? Oh, they're on a stretcher. They have on a stretcher. How is it that they hit into a pole near the Burger King coming out like that? They must have been speeding on each other's butts because I think it's 2 cars involved. Oh boy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh my gosh, this is a crazy Friday. I don't know. I don't know how that happened where you go off, get out of the drive-through from Burger King and then hit into a pole like that. You had to have been speeding or something. But I see the person's okay because I saw them on like the stretcher and they looked like they were, awake. But wow, I thought I saw another car behind them. Now, it could have been very possible somebody behind them was speeding off like a jerk, like the one I had, okay, and just was being impatient and probably hit her. Who knows? But I'm glad I'm home. I told my sister, please be careful driving out to, she's going out to Philly tonight. I'm like, please be careful. These people are driving crazy. I told her, before I got on to here, I was on the phone with her because I was stuck ahead of the game. And I said, I told her, I said, I'm stuck here. So I said, I have a feeling we have a really bad accident ahead of us. And, she's like, yeah, I'm going to be careful driving out there to Philly because people are driving reckless today. I don't know what's going on. Angry people on the road today. That guy behind me, like, he was pissing me off. Oh boy. It was a guy, he was being a jerk. Then he slows down and then he tries to speed up again. I'm like, I don't know, bipolar drivers, slow down. Oh my gosh, Arsenio, this was a nightmare from hell drive home, okay? Like, I mean, these people are nuts. It's like you have to yell at them. Like that guy behind me, like trying to act reckless, and I'm already driving like over 5-10 miles over the speed limit for you, and he wants to go like 20. I mean, and this is a thing in Jersey. Don't Jersey drivers, New York drivers, forget it. They act ridiculous. You gotta kind of be mean with them sometimes, because they act stupid. And you're gonna like suck down. And he's looking at me with his mean face, like all mad. What do you want? Like, he's sitting there. He didn't roll his window. He just kept it like this with his mean face. He looking all mad. What do you want me to do? The fuck is wrong with you? I'm like yelling at you, like what's wrong with you? Do you see the accident? Like, I'm sure he didn't see what was ahead of us. If he was driving the same way I was going, he'd probably be even more annoyed because he would have no choice but to stop because the cops would have probably saw him acting like a fool. Oh my gosh. Makes you want to beat him up. I'm serious. I just smacked him on the head, Oh my gosh. Man. Oh, man, Arsenio, that was something else. I'm gonna go upstairs now and get ready. Oh yeah, Keto, man, I tell you, they make you want to fight, man. They piss you off. Oh my gosh. I'll see you guys later. Oh my gosh. Take care, Arsenio. It's good seeing you, Arsenio, and Keto, and Dark Light. You guys take care. Be safe out there. All these people are nutty. Okay. Bye-bye.